Hello, hello. This is Echognito, and I wanted to talk about my experience with CVAP so far. At this point, week 4 has already passed, and there's only a few weeks left until we get to graduate. There is definitely some anticipation, and I think almost everyone is looking forward to it. I'll be frank, I enjoyed my time in this workshop. So, in this video, I wanted to bring up some things I liked and some of the things that could be better looked at. I'll mention the ones I enjoyed first. So, I'll say this right off. The lineup of instructors were pretty much perfect. Everyone's energy was really high, which made each session feel really engaging. I think it comes as no surprise. A lot of them, if not most, are very equipped with hosting and such, so teaching probably became second nature. The same goes for marshals and mentors. We were told that mentors won't be involved in any BR discussions all that much, but with regards to concerns and clarifications, they've been really approachable and have been handling our concerns clearly, so it made understanding the exercises much more smoother. Besides those, topics for me have also been a highlight. I believe that each session discussed throughout the Saturdays were relevant in the industry, which is why it became engaging for me. I'm positive the lessons I've learned I'll be able to implement in the future. Finally, I'll go ahead and mention this, the exercises. I did like most of it, but I'll also give it a pass. Marshals, hosts, and instructors keep mentioning how back in their own batches, exercises felt more excessive, or as compared to how we are doing it, it's much more than how they did it. So, some batches had to create two digital ads, whereas we only did one. Stuff like that. I think in our batch, the SBXs became more forgiving, and I think it's better because for the most part, I was able to do it in my free time despite the busy schedule that I have. That said, I also think there could be some improvements with it. I'll get back to improvements for SBXs later because I think it's relevant to the other point I want to mention later. So the points I have for improvement have a theme around it, which is time. First, I mentioned this in some feedback forms in the past, but some sessions were delayed and some have gone on overtime. It didn't always happen, but I find that in my currently packed and unusual schedule, I find my time to be very valuable, so I'm being strict about it. Next, I think this one would be my biggest point for improvement. This program took more of my time than I had anticipated. My time besides the Saturdays. I of course expected that I would be using some of my free time to do some assignments. What I didn't expect was that there would be a lot of my off time be used for huddles and group meetings that happen at night. This occurs every week, and while it's not really a requirement to attendees, it's still pretty much essential to meet up because what the meeting is about involves group activities. And I personally don't like missing out on those because of FOMO or fear of missing out. But also, it seems important to meet up with the group to discuss and contribute to the discussion. The added icing on this is that since my work shift starts really early morning, the time the team is mostly available to meet is around the time I would already be asleep. I wish this program could have disclosed when registering that off-session meetings can happen often, or I would suggest that if possible, grouped acts or BRSBXs are tailored so it's not too straining that we would need to do a long meeting for it. Some extras, I had hoped that I would get to interact with a lot of my batchmates through the group activities, but because of the assigned groups, I mostly only got to talk with my group mates. While I am grateful I got to know them, and I got to interact with others outside my BR team, I didn't get to know all of them. That's my take on it. Besides my judgment on it, of course, if you want to get into this program, by all means, I fully recommend it actually. I will say that just make sure that you can easily allot time for extra things in this workshop. Regardless of my critical judgment, I think that this is a worthwhile program to experience, and I'm excited to be a part of it. This is Echognito. Goodbye, goodbye.